Jai. This is Arvind Das from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvindax Prabhuji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances to all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjari Leela Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Leela Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, all my humble obeisances to you and all the assembled devotees. This is Param Pavani Shama Devi Dasi from Baltimore. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Param Pavani Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. And today we will skip the introduction, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Priya Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. My Dandavat Pranams to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Susmita Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, Yoga, Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Sudha Mataji. This is Dandavat Pranam to you and all the assembled devotees. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit. All glories to
Hare
Guru
Krishna,
Maharaj and Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna. Okay. I welcome all of you once again. Thank you everyone for joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. Mataji, someone can start recording. Yeah. Today we are really fortunate to have His Grace Gaurvilas Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam 7.7.44 to 45. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept all of our humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your valuable time and association in this Bhakti Sangha conference call. You can please take over, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji is not there, Mataji, in the call.
Oh, okay. So, should we continue with the welcoming introduction?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Is there anyone who would like to introduce on the call today?
Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karna Devi Dasi from Lincoln.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Karna Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and the assembled devotees. This is Revati from
This
Atlanta.
is Vadna from Atlanta, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Revati Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna, Vardhana Mataji, Dandavas Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji has joined, Mataji.
Yes. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. We are really fortunate to have you on this Bhakti Sangha conference call, Prabhuji. We are just done with the introduction. Today's verse is 7.7.44 and 45. You can please take over the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji 46. 46.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji, now you are audible.
Mataji, thank you for the opportunity to serve. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Ashatyade Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So thank you. So today we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, and today we'll be discussing this verse number 7.7.46, seventh canto. I'll just find out the verse just a minute. Okay, it's there. Nirupyatam iha swartha kiyan deha pritosura nisheka deshavasthasu klishyamanasya karma bihi. Translation. My dear friends, O sons of Asuras, the living entity receives different types of bodies according to his previous fruitive activities. Thus, he is seen to suffer with reference to his particular body in all conditions of life, beginning with his infusion into the womb. Please tell me after full consideration, what is the living entity's actual interest in fruitive activities which result in hardship and misery? Purport. Karmana devanetrena jantu dehopapattaye. The living entity receives a particular type of body according to his karma or fruitive activities. The material pleasure derived in the material world from one's particular body is based on sexual pleasure. The entire world is working so hard only for sexual pleasure. To enjoy sexual pleasure and maintain the status quo of material life, one must work very hard. And because of such activities, one prepares himself another material body. Prahlad Maharaj places this matter to his friends, the Asuras, for their consideration. Asuras generally cannot understand that the objects of sexual pleasure, the so-called pleasures of the materialistic life, depend on extremely hard labor. Hare Krishna. So this is a section going on in which Prahlad Maharaj is instructing his friends on the science of devotional service. Tomorrow being a very, very auspicious day of Narasimha Chaturdashi, we will discuss some of the lessons of Prahlad Maharaj and some of the instructions and some of the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj, which he offers to Lord Narasimhadev. In this world, everyone is practically under the influence of fear. We all need security in our lives. All of us want a steady and stable life without any problems. And to live a secure life, we build a cocoon around ourselves, a cocoon of security. And this cocoon is made up of 8 things. Atmajaya sutagara pashu dravina bandhushu rajye cha vikale nityam virudam mamatam jabho. Shukdev Goswami is describing the detachment of Parikshit Maharaj, and in that he describes how Parikshit Maharaj, he gave up all the sense of materials, mundane security. Atma, body, Jaya, wife or husband, Suta, children, Agar, the house, Pashu, vehicles, Dravina, wealth, Bandhu, relatives, and Rajya, property. All these are our support systems in this world. And that's what people think, that these things will protect me. These things will, provide me security in this world. But the problem is, many times, our life cracks this cocoon or smashes this cocoon. And we are helplessly thinking what is happening in my life. Bhagavatam very graphically describes all these are themselves fallible. There is always a crack in this security system. It's like if a river is flooding and there is a dam, the one crack in the dam is sufficient to break the dam. Whatever security we are creating in our life, inherently there are various cracks in that dam, that security system. None of that security lasts. Deha apatya kalatradishu atma sainyashu asatsu api tesham pramatto nidhanam pashyannapi na pashyati. Shukdev Goswami is saying, people in this world, they don't realize that all these things, Deha apatya kalatra adi, they don't last. People think they are my Sena, they are my security system. But the problem is, they themselves don't last. And therefore, a person keeps thinking, what is happening? Is there a way out? What we have to do? Is there some place where I can go where there will be no problem? As Prahlad Maharaj is speaking in this verse, living entities receive different types of body according to previous activities. And in all the species of life, there is misery, there is hardship. It is ingrained in this world. We cannot just survive without being suffered, without being tormented. Dukhalayam, as Krishna says, this world is Dukhalayam. And all our hopes of enjoyment, they are smashed. And then people feel very anxious and then depressed. So when we read the story of Prahlad Maharaj, we read the story of Pandavas, we read the story of Parikshit Maharaj, all the characters of Bhagavatam, all the great devotees of the Bhagavatam, they are showing by their example what we can expect and what we should do. We should not ask why me, ask how now. That is how a devotee should be. How now? How can I come close to Krishna in this situation? Because the problems of the world will be there always. Brahmanyadhaya karmani sangyam taktva karotiya lipyate na sapapena padmapatram ivambasa. Krishna says, become like a lotus leaf, Arjun. You cannot dry this waters of material ocean. This Bhava Sindhu, it is shoreless and bottomless. You cannot cross this. You cannot dry this. We have to just stay aloof, stay away, as we say, transcend this material misery, like lotus flower, lotus leaf. And Prahlad Maharaj is a classic example of this personality who was there in the midst of so many problems. So many calamities came in the life of Prahlad. We can't even imagine what all he went through. If a new devotee who has just started chanting and so many problems start coming in his life or her life, that person will say, please keep the feedback. You only chant, I'm going. He'll give the feedback to Krishna, happy Malakaro. I'm going. Very difficult. But the more we grow in Krishna consciousness, the more we understand what can we expect from this world and what can we expect from Krishna and what Krishna expects from us. These three things are very important. What can we expect from this world? What can we expect from Krishna? And what Krishna expects from us. If somebody thinks this world should go very nicely because now I've become a devotee, no, it will not happen. Bhagavatam is full of such personalities. Chaitanya Charitamrita is describing many such personalities who suffered a lot. So we have to understand. Krishna again and again tells in Bhagavad Gita, Vitaraga Bhaya Krodha Manmaya Mam Upashrita Bahavo Jnana Tapasa Puta Madbhava. Give up raga, bhaya, and krodha. Attachment, fear, and anger. Of these, fear is the most powerful emotion. Everything in this world is driven by fear. Whatever people do in their life, they are just driven by the fear. Fear of living, fear of diseases. All the medical industry is going on because of that. Fear of old age, all the cosmetic industry is going on because of that. Fear of hunger, all the food industry is going on because of that. Everything in this world is happening because of fear. But Prahlad Maharaj and all the other personalities of Bhagavatam, they are telling by their example how a devotee can transcend this fear. The greatest of the demon, entire universe was trembling because of his fear. And a small boy, Prahlad, 5 years old boy, fearlessly, when Hiranyakashipu asks, Prahlad, what is the best thing you have learned? Prahlad Maharaj, what he had to say? He had to just say few things. Oh, I have heard ABCD, I have read ABCD in school. I have learned that now. Tatsadhu manye suravarya dehinam sada samudvigna dhiyam asadgrahat hitvatma patam grihamanda kupam vanam gato yat harimashrayeta. He is speaking direct Krishna conscious philosophy. Oh, best of the demons, asurvarya dehina, you're always disturbed. Can you imagine the fearlessness Prahlad Maharaj had? Big devatas would tremble in front of him. They would offer their respects in front of him every day. And this small child Prahlad, he says, oh, best of the demons, they're always disturbed. Sada samudvigna dhiyam. Please give up your family life, go to Vrindavan, worship Vishnu. Not only once. He instructed Hiranyakashipu twice, even thrice. That is a devotee, fearless. And for whatever Prahlad Maharaj told him, what Hiranyakashipu did to him, he ordered his soldiers, just kill this child. This personality, this Prahlad, he is like a thorn in the rose garden. He is like an axe which will cut down the forest of sandalwood trees. He's telling Asuras are like sandalwood trees forest. And he says, you don't think that he's my child. If the limb is infected with a very serious infection, it has to be cut. kill him by whatever means. All the demons will charge towards Prahlad. Chop him, kill him, pierce him, don't spare him. They keep on striking his tender bodily limbs with tridents, swords, again and again. And Prahlad, nothing is happening to him. He's just sitting peacefully in absorption. This absorption is a very, very important qualification and criteria to be fearless. If we have that faith in the mercy and protection of the Lord, we'll be fearless. Just like a small child, if it is a very common scene in Mumbai. We have local trains here. They are too very crowded. One time I was traveling and one lady, she entered one compartment with a small child on her lap. And she was really struggling to enter and to stand at one place. Small child, he was peacefully sleeping on her shoulders. And I was thinking, wow, this is surrender. Because this child is having that faith that my mother will protect me. He is free from all the anxiety. Nyasta krina ko balo jadvattan manastaya Krishna graha grahitatma naveda jagadidrisham. Narad Muni is describing the qualities of Prahlad. He was not interested in the sports which children are interested in. Nyasta kridanaka. Although he was a child, he was not interested in childish sports. Jadavat. Jadavat means he was looking as if he's a mad child. Which child will not be interested in playing? Jadavat. How it was possible? Krishna graha grihitatma. His mind was absorbed in Krishna. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says he was haunted by Krishna planet. We hear sometimes if somebody goes to astrologer, they say he is under the influence of Shani. Shani ki sade sati chal rahi hai. Or he is under the influence of Rahu or Ketu. You have to do this puja, this yajna. A devotee, he is under the influence of Krishna Graha. And when Krishna Graha enters the life of a devotee, nothing will happen to the devotee. No other planet can affect that devotee. Krishna Graha Grihitatma. And externally, the devotee may be seen like, I don't know how he is like this. Any of you have experienced this, heard this question from your friends and relatives? You have changed now. Earlier, you were not like this. I don't know why you are, how you are behaving like this. People, they go to temple and just spend few minutes in the temple and then they go back. You all people, you go to temple and you spend whole day in temple. What is this? We are interested. Earlier we would go for movies and parties. Now you have changed. People say he has become mad or she has become mad. All the time. Yeah. All the time we get this question. We have changed. If nobody is telling us we have changed, that means there is some problem. If people are thinking, okay, he's like us only, sometimes in between he does something. Otherwise, all the things he does like us, that means there is some problem. If people are telling, you have changed, aap badal gaye, that means you are on the right path. Because Jadavat tan manastaya. Prahlad Maharaj was also like that. Jadavat, he was looking like as if he was a mad boy. Not interested in sports, how is this possible? Krishna graha grihitatma. That is the important quality of a devotee, always absorbed in Krishna, without any fear of anything. So this Prahlad, a small boy, when he was again and again tortured, was put under the pit of snakes. deadly poisonous snakes. He was thrown from the top of the mountain cliff. He was pushed under the water and a huge boulder was put on him. He was given poison. He was starved. All the mystic spells were put on him. He was again and again stabbed and tried to cut. He was trying to be burned. Hiranyakashipu had a sister, Holika. She had a benediction that she will not be burned by fire. She told Hiranyakashipu, don't worry, I'll keep Prahlad on my lap and you put fire all around and he'll be burned. And she was there right in the middle of the fire. And she got burned. Prahlad came out walking peacefully. So many things happened in so many ways. They tried to kill Prahlad, but Narad Muni uses the word Govinda Parirambhitaha. Govinda Parirambhita means he was embraced by Lord Govinda. A person is embraced by Lord, what fear he has. Rakhe Krishna mare Krishna rakhe ke. So that is how a devotee is. The story of Prahlad is a very brilliant example of a person who has faith in the Lord, and that faith can make miracles. Many times we fear, I don't know what will happen if I completely take to Krishna consciousness, or if I give up some of my things. Will Krishna take care of me? We have to take that leap of faith sometimes. And Prahlad, he was a small boy who had developed such a faith. Third time, the Shand and Amarka, the teachers of Prahlad, they tell Hiranyakashipu, don't worry, king. Now he's a small boy, and that's why he's speaking like all these things. We will teach him again. And then they brought Prahlad again back to the school, and Prahlad thought, what is the fun in just chanting, silently or practicing bhakti in isolation or alone? Let me preach. He started preaching. And this chapter, 7th chapter and the 6th chapter, what Prahlad told and taught his friends. Tomaramachare pragyo dharman bhagavataniha durlabham manusham janma tadapyarth adhruvam arthadam. Oh my friends, please practice bhakti from this age. All of you are 5 years old. This is the right time to practice bhakti. Don't waste your human life. Don't try to get happiness in this body. Happiness is available in all the species of life. Sukhama indriyatam daitya dehinam dehi yoginam sarvatra labhyate. Happiness is available in all the species of life. Even a dog thinks that his happiness is the best. Don't endeavor for that. Tat prayaso na kartavyo yatha ayu vaya param na tatha vindate shemam mukunda charanam bhujam. Please endeavor for achieving the lotus feet of Krishna. That is the only thing we have to endeavor. Rest all things will come on its own. All the happiness, all the distress. We don't have to endeavor for it. Just do the basic minimum and happiness or distress will come. All our life's energy, all our focus should be on developing relation with Krishna. How to develop relation with Krishna? It begins with thinking about the Lord by chanting, by praying. Sincere and intense prayers are required to develop our connection with the Lord, not just casual prayers. Many times we pray to the Lord, but not intensely. Intense prayers are very important. You have to just try and try. One of the very senior sannyasis, Haldar Swami Maharaj, he has come to our temple. He's there since last 2-3 days in Chowpatty. And he gave a wonderful example. If you give a small child a chocolate and then you just try to take it away from the child, what the child will do? He will try to hold it tightly because he doesn't want to give the chocolate away. You keep on pulling, then he'll start crying. And then when you take it away from the child forcefully, then he will start praying, please give me chocolate. So Maharaj was telling, we have to do these 3 things. Try for the mercy of the Lord, cry for the mercy of the Lord, and pray for the mercy of the Lord. Many times we try but don't cry, don't pray. We pray but we don't try or cry. So we have to understand our endeavors should be mixed with lots of intense prayers. That is very important to come close to Krishna. Otherwise, happiness and distress will come for sure. Prahlad tells his friends, so my friends, don't think that in family life one gets satisfaction. It is a deadly entanglement. I don't know from where Prahlad he got all this wonderful information at 5 years of age. How a married man lives his life. Katham priyaya anukampitaya sangam rahasyam ruchiram shamantran surit sutat sneha shita shishunam kalaksharanam anurakta chitta. He says a materialistic householder person, when the wife speaks sweet mantras in the ears, ruchiram shamantran, she speaks sweet words in a solitary place. It is so very captivating for the person. And then children are born. And when children, they speak in broken language, it looks so very pleasing. Kala, Ksharana, Manurakta Chitta. Mind is completely captivated. The person thinks about his old parents, his son, his daughter. Even after daughter gets married, he thinks, how will she be doing? He always builds a cocoon around himself. Tyajeta koshat kridivehamana karmani lobhat avitripta kama aupastya chahimam bahumanyamana katham virajyeta duranta moha. Just like a silkworm weaves a cocoon around itself and dies inside. Similarly, a household man, materialistic person, he is absorbed in family life. Jajeta koshat kridivehamana and karmani lobhat avitripta kama, although he endeavors again and again, but still the desires never go. The lust is never satisfied. So how one can remember Krishna in this whole situation? Therefore, my friends, please take to bhakti now itself. He gives so many wonderful instructions. Shanda and Amarka, they came to know that this person is now corrupting our other students. They bring Prahlad in front of Hiranyakashipu and tells, this person is permanently corrupted. We can't do anything for him. Do whatever you want. Prahlad, from where are you getting your powers from? Brahma Bandhu, he says, from where are you getting your powers from? Prahlad, this small boy, says, I am getting my powers from the same place from where you are getting. Where is your Lord? God says, my Lord is everywhere. There was a pillar in the palace of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu gets up from his throne, he takes a sword, and he says, today I'll kill you. And as he's walking down the steps, he punches the pillar with his fist. And as soon as the pillar is punched, a huge roaring sound starts coming from the pillar. The entire universe starts trembling. And immediately, with a huge noise, the pillar breaks. And Supreme Lord appears in the most unbelievable, unprecedented form. Half man, half lion. Nrsimhadev. Satyam vidhatum nijapritya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmana adrishyatatyadbhutarupamudvahan stambhe sabhayam na mrigam na manusham. Satyam vidhatum, to prove the words of his devotee true. Who is that devotee? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says there are 4 devotees. First of all, Prahlad. Prahlad said, because Lord is there in this pillar. Lord appeared from there. Second devotee was Hiranyakashipu. His Jai. He told, because Prahlad is not getting killed, now I'll be killed by Vishnu. Abhi, you have said it, so I have to prove your words true. Third devotee is Brahmaji. Brahmaji told, all the permutation combinations, Hiranyakashipu asked, I should not be killed in this way, that way. Brahmaji says, Tathastu, so be it. To fulfill the words of Brahmaji, Lord appeared in this form. And the fourth one was Narad Muni. Narad Muni, as the Devtas, they were taking Kayadhu. Hiranyakashipu is doing tapasya. The Devtas thought this is the right time to attack demons. They attack, they defeat the demons, they kidnap Kayadhu. They realize Kayadhu is pregnant. They were thinking, we'll wait for Kayadhu to give birth to his child and we'll kill the child. Narad Muni tells, he appears there. He tells, you will never be able to kill this child. He is Mahabhagavata. So to prove the words of Narad Muni, Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam. Nijabhritya, his servant has spoken these words. That Supreme Lord who is Vyaptim cha bhuteshu, is there in all the universe. He is there in everyone's heart. Akhileshu chatmani. Adrishyata. Nobody had seen such form. Adrishyatat atiyadbhut. Unbelievable form. Most extraordinary. Stambhe sabhayam namrigam namanusham. They appeared from the pillar in the form not lion, not human. A heat fight starts between Hiranyakashipu and Nrsimhadev. Nrsimhadev appeared in the afternoon and he was fighting with Hiranyakashipu for many hours. Evening time was approaching. The demons, the Devatas, they became fearful. In the fight, one time, Nrsimhadev, he caught Hiranyakashipu and released him, just like a cat plays with the mouse. So all the Devatas, they became fearful. Oh my Lord, please don't play with this demon. The evening time is approaching. And you know what was happening when this fight was going on? All the Devatas, they were watching this whole match from the sky. They were there behind the clouds, watching, very scared, still watching, just peeping out the cloud and kya chal raha hai. Oh, and when Nrsimhadev was beating Hiranyakashipu and the Devatas were clapping also. And when Hiranyakashipu would look up, they would just hide back. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur tells, what was happening? The Devatas, they were thinking, by chance, if Hiranyakashipu survives, and he noted that all these Devatas, they were clapping when I was getting beaten, then he will not survive. So Brahmaji told please, oh my Lord, please don't play with this demon, kill him. Hiranyakashipu, Narasimhadev took Hiranyakashipu on his lap, dragged him to the door of the palace, placed him on the lap. It was not a daytime, not the night. It is not inside the house, outside the house. He's not getting killed by any weapons. Narasimhadev took his nails, his claws, not living, not dead. He's not getting killed by any of the species created by Brahmaji. He took his nails, he ripped open Hiranyakashipu's stomach. The entire mane of Narasimhadev was covered with the blood. And then Narasimhadev was thinking, well, I appeared and nobody's putting garland. When Lord appears, somebody has to garland the Lord, right? So Narasimhadev, he just uprooted the intestines and put it on himself. And then Narasimhadev, he uprooted the heart of Hiranyakashipu. And he was inspecting the heart of Hiranyakashipu. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, what was he seeing? The Lord was thinking, I was so very peacefully sitting in this heart. I don't know from where Hiranyakashipu cultivated this envy and hate towards me. He threw the heart away. He's still very angry, roaring loudly. Everybody was trembling in fear. The Devatas were thinking, Lord is so angry, he should not destroy the whole world also. They all were offering prayers from a distance. All the Devatas, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, all the great demons, all the great rishis, everybody was offering prayers from a distance. Brahmaji, Shiva. Bhagavatam describes a list of people who were offering prayers. 4 Kumaras, they also offered prayers. The Vaikuntavasis, they offered prayers. Nobody is daring to come near the Lord. Everybody was thinking, in this mood, by chance, if Lord doesn't recognize me, then I am gone. Everybody tells Lakshmi Devi, he's your husband now. You know how to pacify husband, right? Wives, they know how to pacify husband when they're angry. So you please go and pacify. Lakshmi Devi says, I have never seen my husband in this form. I am also getting scared. I can't go near. Brahmaji, he tells Prahlad, for you Lord has appeared. Please go and pacify him. Small boy Prahlad, he fearlessly walks, climbs the stairs. Narasimhadev is sitting now on the throne of Hiranyakashipu. Very, very wonderful scene is there. Prahlad Maharaj is climbing the stairs. As you can see in this, he is fearlessly climbing the stairs of the palace of Hiranyakashipu. Narasimhadev is still angry. Still his hands are tainted with the blood of Hiranyakashipu. And he goes and offers obeisances. As soon as Prahlad offers obeisances, immediately Narasimhadev,
I have. Give me 2 minutes and I'll go. I had to poop.
Okay. So, as soon as Prahlad offers obeisances, immediately all the anger of Narasimhadev disappears. Swapadamule patitam tadarbhakam vilokya deva kripaya paripluta utthapita shrishni adadhat karambujam kalahi vitrastadhyam kritabhyam. Prahlad is offering obeisances. Narasimhadev picks Prahlad. He puts his lotus hand which can give fearlessness to anyone. He places the hand on the head of Prahlad, and he was very happy, very blissful to have Prahlad come near him. And Prahlad, as a small boy, he is standing. Narsimdev is offering his blessings to Prahlad. And Narsimdev, he starts licking Prahlad. It's like a lion, how he loves his child, cub, licks the cub. Prahlad Maharaj, as he as he is touched by Narsimdev, he's in ecstasy. He's so very happy. And he starts offering his beautiful, beautiful prayers. So we'll discuss few of the prayers of Prahlad. First, Prahlad, he offers his humility. He describes what is his position. He is not thinking, just see, all the devtas and rishis and even Lakshmi could not pacify the Lord. I did it. Brahmadaya surgana munayotha siddha satvaikatana vachasam pravahe naraditum purugunai adunapi vipro kim toshtumarhati same harirugrachati. Oh my Lord, Brahma Adi Surgana, all the devtas headed by Brahmaji, who are in the mode of goodness, Satvaikatana Gatayo, and they spoke such beautiful streams of poetry, wonderful glorification. If they could not pacify you, Naraditum Purugunai, then how can I pacify you, O my Lord? I am born in family of demons, Ugrajati. That is a devotee. The primary qualification of a devotee is his humility. That attracts the Lord. The more one advances in Krishna consciousness, the more one becomes humble. Bhagavatam is full of such examples. Chaitanya Charitamrita has hundreds of such examples. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they are pure devotees. The Lord appears in front of them in Kanai Natashala, in Ramkeli. They offer their prayers to the Lord. Nicha jati, nicha sangi kori nicha kaj, tomaro agrete Prabhu kohite vasilaj. We are born in low family, O my Lord. We are associating with all the low class people, Nicha jati, nicha sangi. We are doing all abominable things. We are ashamed to stand in front of you. But our hope is you are Patita Pavan. Otherwise, we have no qualities. Jagai madai hoite koti koti gun adhama patita papi ami duijan. They say Jagai Madhai had many, many good qualities and we are fallen. You may be thinking, how is this possible? How can somebody tell that he is more fallen than Jagai and Madhai? It is just khali bolne ke liye bol diya. Just for the sake of speaking, they may be speaking. But no. Rup Sanatan, they justify their statement. They say, what are the good qualities of Jagai and Madhai? Brahmana jati tar navdi pe ghar, niche seva nahi kore, nahi niche raha kurpar. They were born in Brahmana family. Their house was in Navadvip. They never served malechas. And look at us. And they had only one fault. Sabe kadoshitaro hai papachar, paparashi dahe nama bhase tomar. They had only one fault. They did little pap. Little pap? Chaitanya Bhagavat describes what is happening in Yamlok. This Jagai and Madhai were doing so many sinful activities every second. Yamaraj and Chitragut had to employ extra people to count the sins of Jagai Madhai. They had huge, big ditches filled with the records of the sins of Jagai and Madhai. They were working overtime. And Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami are saying that they had done little part. Paparashi Dahe Nama Bhasei Tomar. And just by chanting your names, Paparashi, one's unlimited sins get destroyed. And who are we? Just look at us, oh my Lord. Malicha Jati, Malicha Sevi, Kori Malicha Karma. Go Brahmana Drohi Sange Amara Sangama. We are Malicha Jati. We have become Malichas. We are serving Malichas. We are associating with Malichas. That this quality of humility is ingrained in our devotee. Prabhupada writes there, one should not be proud of his Vaishnava qualifications. Not to speak of material qualifications. The Vaishnava qualifications also are given by the Lord. They are all mercy of the Lord. This humility is the most important thing, and that humility should be based on this understanding that whatever we have is given by the Lord. Nothing belongs to me, nothing is mine. All our skills, all our abilities, all our capacity, all our desires to practice bhakti, everything is given by Krishna. It comes in the 3rd canto, 9th chapter, around 31st verse or something. Lord appears in front of Brahmaji. In the beginning of the creation, Brahma did tapasya for 1000 years. Lord appears in front of him. And Lord is telling, Brahmaji, you remember? You heard those words, tapa, tapa? Who spoke those words? Lord said, I spoke. And then hearing those words, who gave you faith to believe in those words? Lord said, I gave that faith to believe in those words. And then you did tapasya. Who gave you strength to do tapasya? I gave. And now I have appeared in front of you. You are offering beautiful prayers. Who is giving you intelligence to offer prayers? Lord says, I am giving you. So what belongs to us? Nothing belongs to us. Yat chakarthang mat stotram mat katha vidyankitam yadava tapasi te nishtha eshava mat anugraha. Everything is my anugraha, my mercy. Your faith, your ability, your intelligence, everything is given by me. Nothing belongs to us. The desire to practice bhakti is also given by the Lord. Depending on our sincerity, Lord awards that. That is the humility of a devotee. Prahlad continues, oh my Lord, but although I am born in a family of demons, but I don't mind praying to you because your mercy is beyond all the material qualifications. You don't see the material qualification of your devotee. That is my hope. Manye dhana vijana rupa tapashu tauja tejo prabhava bala paurusha buddhi yoga naradhanaya hi bhavanti parasya pumso bhaktya tutosha bhagavan gajayut paye. He says, oh my Lord, manye, I consider dhan, wealth, abhijan, aristocratic family members, manye dhanabhijana roop, beauty, tapa, austerity, oja, all the powers, influence, teja, prabhava, bal, strength, paurusha, buddhi, intelligence, everything. All these things cannot please you, O my Lord. Na aradhanaya hi bhavanti. Nobody can please the Lord by material qualifications. Then what pleases the Lord? Bhaktya. Only devotion pleases the Lord. nothing else. So there is no place to think that I can't do this service. I am a small person. I can't even read properly. I can't sing properly. I can't speak properly. I can't memorize verses properly. No problem. Krishna sees our sincere, genuine endeavor and our bhava, our heart. And Krishna reciprocates. Otherwise, what was the qualification of that hunter? There is a hunter mentioned in Mahabharata. He was a great devotee of the Lord. What was the age of Dhruva? He was a 5 years old boy. What was the intelligence and knowledge of Gajendra? He was an animal. What was the beauty of Kupcha? She was an ugly hunchback lady. What was the wealth of Sudama? He was a poor, poverty-stricken Brahmana. What was the family of Vidurji? He was born of a maid servant. What was the power of Ugrasena? Kamsa, he had put his father Ugrasena in prison. Nothing pleases the Lord. Only bhakti pleases the Lord. Vyadasya charanam dhruvasya chavayo vidya gajendrasya ka kubjaya kimuna marupadikam kim tat sudam no dhanam vamshasko vidurasya yadavapate ugrasya kim paurusham bhaktya tushyati kevalam na chagunai bhakti priyo madhava. Only bhakti pleases the Lord. So Prahlad is telling my Lord, I am daring to offer my prayers in front of you, although I have no qualification, because I know what pleases you. Devotion pleases you. And if somebody has no devotion, anything else they do, it is all useless. And then Prahlad says, oh my Lord, I am not fearful of your form with your mane full of blood, with your razor sharp tongue, with your claws like swords, with your eyes full of anger, eyebrows curled in anger. Nothing is fearful to me. I am fearful of material existence, O my Lord. That is very deadly. People in this world, they try everything to make their life successful and happy. But all the solutions of this world, they become greater problems than the problem itself. So therefore, you know what I want from, oh my Lord? I want to be in association of your devotees. It is so very interesting. All the great devotees of the Lord, whenever the Lord appears in front of them, they ask, inevitably they ask for one thing. Please give me association of devotees. And our situation is many times we think there is too much of association of devotees. So devotees are always calling me when I don't come for program, and when I'm not joining online, they call me, where are you? Why you are not attending? It is a great fortune. Otherwise, who cares for others in this world? It is our fortune that devotees are caring for us. They're asking us, they're calling us. It is a great fortune. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj says, oh my Lord, please give me association of your devotees. Because in association of your devotees, I will very easily cross this ocean of material world. It will not be a big thing for me to cross. Because, oh my Lord, ultimately you are the shelter. If you don't show mercy, parents cannot protect their child. A doctor cannot save a patient. A boat cannot take a person across the river. If you neglect that person, Tvad upekshitanam, if you neglect, oh my Lord, nobody can help that person. Therefore, please, I want only one thing. Give me association of your devotees. and let me serve your pure devotee. I don't want anything of this world, because the happiness of this world is all substantial. It is like mirage in the desert. Kutra shisha shruti sukha mrigatrishni rupa. Mrigatrishni rupa. It is all like mirage in the desert, oh my Lord. The more one go close, thinking that now I'll get it, the more it goes away. In India, nowadays many youngsters and many people, they wear a t-shirt, and in that, on that there is something written in Hindi, apna time aayega. That means our time will come. We always live in that, right? Apna time aayega. Somebody sent me a nice message. When we were 18 years old, we were thinking, apna time aayega. Okay, my time will come. I'll enjoy. Then we became 30. We were still thinking, apna time aayega. And then we were 50. Children are growing up. My time is not coming. What is happening? And then we're 65. One day, there was pain in the chest. We went to the hospital, and the doctor told, please call the relatives, because inka time aa gaya hai. His time has come. That is how many times, we always live in the future tense. So Prahlad is saying, where is happiness in this world? It is all Mrig Trishna, mirage in the desert. So therefore, my Lord, I don't want anything. I just want to serve your devotee Narad Muni. How can I live? How can I leave the service to my Guru Narad Muni? I was falling in this deep, dark well of material existence. My Guru Narad Muni saved me. Haldar Swami Maharaj was giving a talk, and he was telling, for a practicing devotee, the most important thing is to develop connection with Guru. Because for us, Krishna is very far. And in current situation, Guru may also be very far. Whoever is our immediate authority appointed by the Guru. And of course, Guru is not far. When we pray to Guru, Paramatma, he conveys all our prayers to Guru. He knows what we are going through. So Prahlad is saying, oh my Lord, I was fallen in this deep dark well. Your devotee saved me. Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe. I was fallen. Kama vikama manuya prapatan prasangat. Because of my lusty desires, I was fallen. Kritvatmasat sura rishina bhagavan grihita. But your devotee Narad Muni, he saved me. How can I leave service to my Guru? Kathamnu visraje tava bhritya seva. So in this way, Prahlad is offering beautiful, beautiful prayers. After hearing all the prayers, Narsimdev tells Prahlad, please ask for a benediction. Prahlad says, I don't want any of the material things. Lord says, Prahlad, I like to give benedictions. Please ask something. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, till now, Narsimdev was angry. Now Prahlad becomes angry. He tells, my Lord, I have not done bhakti to get something from you. That is the anger of a devotee. My Lord, please don't tempt me. I don't want anything. I am not a businessman. But Narsimdev says, but still you ask something. Oh my Lord, please deliver my father. Narsimdev says, what to speak of your father? Your 21 generations are already delivered, oh my child. Ask something more. Oh my Lord, may I not have any material desires. Prahlad, you don't have any. And then Narsimdev knew that he is not going to ask anything. On his own, Narsimdev starts giving benedictions. You will live for one Manvanta. You will remain the king of all the demons. You will have undeterred senses. You will have all the powers. and in the end you will come to me. So offering all these benedictions, the Lord went back to the spiritual world. So that is how the story of Prahlad and his devotion, his determination, it will always remain the crest jewel for all the devotees to follow. So that's how the story of Prahlad and prayers of Prahlad Maharaj, they teach us what should be the aspiration of a devotee, and how a devotee becomes fearless. I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Narasimhadev Bhagwan ki jai.
Sure.
Any
Thank you
questions?
so much, Prabhuji, for this very, very beautiful class. It was very thought-provoking that everything is given by Krishna, even the material qualities, spiritual qualities, whatever talents, everything. So this really helps, Prabhuji. Thank you so much that we are surviving only by the mercy. We are just a package of mercy. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So there are two
Thank you.
hand raises. Parama Pabani Shama Devi Mataji, please, you can ask your question.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, my question is when you mentioned that like when Hiranyakashipu was looking at up, like, and the devatas were getting like they were hiding. So do the devatas have no like faith in Nishimadev, like they knew that Nishimadev is the supreme personality of Godhead? So why they were thinking that if Nishimadev will feel or kind of this kind of thing? Aren't devatas are devotees?
Devatas are devotees, but sometimes they also get illusioned. See Bhagavatam, whenever such things are mentioned, we should learn the lessons. We should never judge the personalities, but learn the lessons. So all the devatas, because they had a desire to enjoy heaven, so they were fearful. They were not pure devotees like Prahlad. They still had the desire to enjoy the heavenly delights. They became fearful. So if we are not having that faith, complete faith in the Lord, we may get illusioned by some circumstances. That's what we can see. The Devatas, they know Narasimha is Supreme Lord, who can kill him? And for sure he is going to kill Hiranyakashipu, but still, they develop this doubt. So this is a doubt of a mixed devotee who still has some desire to enjoy. So that's why these devatas, they start thinking like that. That is what is mentioned in scriptures. That is what we can learn from these stories. That to become completely free from desires, that is a long way. And at least we should have that faith, complete faith in the process of bhakti. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna iti Vishwasa Palan. And this whole story, the whole Leela is orchestrated so that we can learn all these things. Otherwise, devatas are, of course, going to be liberated after their life. Brahmaji gets bewildered in Brahma Mohan Leela. So somebody may say, how can Brahma get bewildered? It is a Yoga Maya Shakti which was working on Brahmaji. So that is how we have to understand these stories, these pastimes, devatas doubting and Brahma getting bewildered. So we have to learn lessons. Never ever doubt the personalities, because they will be liberated for sure. Okay. Hare Krishna.
You,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Next, I request Sugakal Krishna Prabhu, you can please ask your question.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Mataji. Thank you for allowing me to ask. Hare Krishna Shamagori Mataji. Hare Krishna Gaurvilas Prabhu Dandat Pranam. Accept my humble obeisances. Your class is always a full package. You start and end with everything. So what I could understand that when we learn Jiver Swarup Hai Nitya Krishna Das, that means our only thing is to serve the Lord, nothing else. So all the senses, 5, 5, 5, 15 plus mind 16, it is only for the service of the Lord. And that's why 16 Lord we are chanting to protect each of the senses only for the service of the Lord. But after chanting and hearing Katha, it goes here and there. But unless we are using always all the senses, Kanendriya, Karmendriya, that Pancha Tattva, and the mind, only and wholly and solely for the Lord, as He is the controller, He is our Father, and He is our goal, and nothing belongs to us. This has to be ingrained inside and out. Only if you do like that, then we'll get protection 24/7, because Maya cannot come inside. Because Krishna will be holding us. As you said, no, that Krishna was embracing Prahlad. So they put in the boiled oil also, nothing happened. Because Krishna was embracing. So how to get this 24/7 using anything in the eyes comes, which should relate to Krishna. Anything we hear, if it is not related to Krishna, particular sankalpa. And anything you are eating, if it is not prasadam, like that, sometimes we slip here and there. Can you just guide something how we can use 24/7 in the morning till night, not to slip even 1 second for Maya to come?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, you are already very intense. Hearing your questions, I feel like becoming a little more intense in my practice of bhakti.
No.
Thank you for such serious, sincere inquiries. So basically, it is an art we have to cultivate. As Prabhupada writes in Nectar of Instruction, Krishna consciousness is an art. We have to learn the art of remembering Krishna in all situations. And it will happen over a period of time. It will not happen overnight. It is a practice we have to make. We have to train our mind to see everything in relation with the Lord. And for that, just like a small children, in the beginning years, when they are small, they're just told, just memorize everything. They memorize shlokas, they memorize all the poems. They may not be knowing the meanings of it. But because they have the raw material, as they grow up, they process that raw material. So, as a practicing sadhaka, what we have to do is try to hear more about Krishna, try to chant as much as possible, try to do everything in relation with the Lord, beginning with our tongue. Sevon mukhehi jihva adav. So the more these devotional impressions we cultivate in our life, when the time will come, those impressions will remain in the mind always. At present, they stay for some time, they go. But the more we put these impressions regularly, the more we hear regularly, with a prayerful heart, intense prayers. I think there is a question about intense prayers. What is intense prayers? Somebody is asking. Is it long hours of prayers or complete dependence on Krishna? Intense prayers means we express our desires of developing our connection with the Lord, but our prayer should not end with the words. After the prayers end, we should try to apply those prayers in our life. It should not just remain a lip service. I prayed to the Lord. I prayed so much. Oh Lord, please show mercy so that I can chant attentively. And when we sit for chanting, we have a mobile in one hand and feedback in another hand. So that is not according to our prayers. Our mind, our words, and our actions, they should be in one line. That is intense. Intense does not mean that you move around with a face as if, you are very grave and serious and, you don't talk to people and you say, I'm intense now. No, it is not intense. Intense means you are applying your prayers in your life. That is an intense devotee. Intense means I am present in my bhakti. I am attentive in my chanting, attentive in my dealing. That is intense. So that's how we have to understand. It happens gradually and slowly over a period of time. That we'll see Krishna everywhere. That is the stage of Uttamadhikari. Sthavara Jangama dekhi, na dekhi tara murti, sarvatra hoye, nijo ishtadeva spurti. A pure devotee sees everything in connection with Krishna. But for a sadhaka, he has to cultivate that connection or she has to cultivate that remembrance. I will consciously remember Krishna. Otherwise, spontaneously, suddenly one day I'll become a pure devotee. No, it will not happen like that. We have to endeavor to get the mercy of the Lord. Of course, without mercy, nothing happens, but we have to endeavor to get that mercy. That is required. Okay.
Prabhu, what I
Right.
feel is when we are, thank you very much for your answer. When we are having some trouble, we are down, everything is going against what we expected. Jab thappar khate hai, at that time we remember more. Because we know that there is something more gadbad, there is some reaction going on. We know that Krishna is loving us, that he is burning the karmas. So like the way Kunti asked that, you are gone now, you feel we are happy, no, we are not happy. It's that lets me get the trouble again. But we won't have so much guts to ask. But jab hamara paristhiti kharab hota hai, when we expected something didn't happen, at the time we remember, because we are also selfish. कि हमें वो भी चाहिए, ये भी चाहिए. So I think धक्का खाएगा तो I think it is a lesson that Krishna is reminding us that मुझसे छोड़ के मत जाओ. The moment you get what you want, then you will think less of me and think more of the other side. So when the things are going up, down, that means we should not feel why Krishna is doing. One Mataji asked me now, she lost her husband when she was 21-year-old. Her child was 1-year-old. Father, mother, all in accident. And they were all devotees of Krishna, Jayapatak Maharaj disciple. So she's now in Singapore and India. Her son is doing MS in Sweden. So I don't know why Krishna is so cruel that he took my husband, my father, mother, and child was only 1-year-old. I struggled and I'm here now. I told you don't know about the past life, what is your sin, what is your husband. So she was not convinced. What should be the proper answer? In spite of being a devotee, why it happened and why Krishna is so cruel? I said, Krishna is never cruel. Can you just give me the answer? I have to give an answer to her.
There was one time a devotee of disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Ram Lakshman Prabhu. He was a Muslim. He got attracted to Bhakti. He got initiated. After getting initiated, he was a married person. He had 2 children. He got initiated. Family was not supporting. Entire community was not supporting. After 1 year of getting initiated, he got a serious illness and he died. Devotees were shocked. His wife was really sad. Devotees wrote a letter to Prabhupada. Described the whole situation. Prabhupada, how to handle this, how to understand this situation. Why Krishna is doing this? First of all, we have to understand. If a person is a practicing devotee, having a faith, pure faith in the Lord, whatever happens in his or her life, that is Krishna doing. It is not his karma or her karma. Krishna, how can he be so cruel? We are seeing something as being cruel because we don't see the whole picture. Prabhupada, he wrote 2 letters, one to devotees, another to the wife of this devotee. Prabhupada told, you are not seeing the whole picture. Krishna, he sees everything. Krishna knew that in this situation, this personality, this devotee will not be able to practice bhakti peacefully with so much of opposition. So what Krishna has done is, Krishna has just lifted this devotee from this situation, picked up, and he has put him in a situation where when he opens his eyes, he will see somebody with Kantimala and Tilak as his father and mother. So the devotees were pacified. Yes, this is how Krishna works. And then Prabhupada wrote another letter to the wife of this devotee. He told that he wrote to this lady that we really empathize with you, and we have all our prayers for your husband and your family. We are there to support you in whatever way needed. You can come and stay in the temple whenever you want. We'll do everything. So this lady, she had 2 options, whether to stay in the house with all her relatives or to leave them and come to temple. She was a Muslim lady. So seeing this letter, reading this letter of Prabhupada gave her such faith. She left her home. She shifted to temple. She started chanting 16 rounds every day. Along with the children, she shifted. Children also started becoming devotees, started chanting. So that's how we have to understand the situations. If Ram Lakshman Prabhu would have remained alive, his wife would have not become a devotee, children would not have become devotees, and he would have not been able to practice bhakti peacefully. But because Krishna saw all the situation, he did all this arrangement. We have to understand that Krishna, he is omniscient, he is all-knowing, and he works only for one purpose, to protect his devotees, to bring them closer to him. Any practicing devotee, if he or she goes through such intense situations where they think, why Krishna is testing me? Why this is happening to me? You should understand Krishna has a plan. And we think that this is too much of the test because Haldar Maharaj was telling this. Because we don't take shelter of devotees and the holy name in those situations. That's why the test seems very, very intense. So I am speaking this because that lady, that Mataji is not there. When you have to tell this answer to that devotee, make sure that it is spoken with lots of sensitivity, considering the situation and mental situation of that devotee, so that ultimately that devotee should feel encouraged in the process of bhakti. Her faith should increase in Krishna. All our process, all our philosophy is ultimately for this purpose, to increase our faith in the process, faith in Krishna. And Krishna never does wrong for anyone. If he can do something like delivering Putana, who came to kill him, what he will not do for his devotee? So that is the faith a devotee has to develop, that whatever is happening in my life, Krishna has a plan. I have to just have faith in the words of Bhagavatam. I have to have faith in the words of devotees. And a devotee can sail through all these difficult testing situations and come out glorious. Because Krishna wants his devotees to pass the test and grow in bhakti, develop realizations. And we all know when we go through testing times, we develop realizations, right? All of us have gone through this. We develop such wonderful realizations, and after we come out of that situation, we realize, wow, I would not have received such wonderful realizations if I would not have been put in this situation. That is a success of the test. Otherwise, it is failing in the test. If we are not developing realizations, our faith is not increasing in Krishna, in the process of bhakti, in devotees, that means there is somewhere we are lacking. So as a devotee community, it is our duty to give that faith to every devotee who is going through difficult times. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Superb answer, Prabhu. I will call and tell her. Thank you so much. You are a self-realized soul. You are a self-realized soul.
Nothing mind, Prabhuji. It's all I have learned all this, heard this. Nothing mind. I am also struggling sadhaka, learning from whatever is coming in my life. Just trying to share. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, do you have time? There is one more hand raise and few questions from the chat.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Anjana Gopika Mataji, you can please ask your question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much. You always give the so much of encouragement and sadhana. I am always feeling encouraged by hearing your lectures, Prabhu. Prabhuji, you said attentive dealing. It's for me, and the attentive dealing will not come before when I just miss the time or I just do something else other than the devotional service, and I realize after some time, oh, I wasted my time unnecessarily. The attentive dealing is not coming to me, Prabhuji, in the beginning. Can you give some tips how I can develop that quality?
Attentive dealing means, I think there was a question also regarding that, attentive dealings. It's basically, attentive dealing means cautiously avoiding offenses. Conscious of Maya, cautious of Maya and conscious of Krishna. So with all our dealings, in all our dealings, we have to be really careful not to offend the devotees with our mind, body, words. Because we have heard hundreds of times about the gravity of Vaishnava Aparadh, but we don't remember it when it comes to some situations. We speak about devotees casually, we find faults of devotees casually, and we think, I am just telling the facts. What is the problem in telling the facts? It will go from verbal to, physical. We will offend devotees verbally and physically, maybe. We have to be really careful about Vaishnava Aparadh. That's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, attentive chanting and attentive dealings. You do these two things, I'll take you back to the spiritual world. Vaishnava Aparadh is, as Prabhupada would tell, it is a mad elephant offense. After years and years of practice of bhakti, if somebody has created a beautiful garden full of flowers, fragrant flowers, and when a mad elephant enters the garden, everything is lost. By our years and years of practice in Krishna consciousness, we have developed such wonderful flowers of various skills and devotional abilities and realizations. One aparadh, and we'll lose our access to all those credits. They will remain because bhakti is permanent. We'll lose our access to it. It is like a billionaire who loses his password, forgets his password to his bank accounts. So that's how we have to understand this attentive dealing is so very important. Krishna doesn't like a devotee who offends others. It is very, very serious thing. So that's how again and again Bhagavatam describes. And even if we unconsciously offend a devotee, still we will have to go through the reactions. How careful we should be not to offend, consciously at least. And if somebody is planning and offending, then it is a complete disaster. Unconsciously offending will suffer. We'll lose our devotional credits. If the person is offended, he feels bad, she feels bad, it is a very difficult thing. If we offend a devotee, we will lose our enthusiasm to practice bhakti. So that is how we have to always remind ourselves of the gravity of Vaishnava Prana. It is like lines on the rock. Ordinary pap, ordinary sin can be destroyed easily. It is like writing on the sand. Dhuli lep. But Vaishnava Prana, it is like Vajralep. Vajralep means writing on the stones. You can't erase it so easily. The story of Daksha is a classic example. Because he offended Lord Shiva, he got a goat head. Ultimately, he left his body. Again took birth as second Daksha. He did tapasya for 5 manvantars. He got darshan of the Lord. But still, because of offense to Lord Shiva, he didn't get purified completely. Still, the traces remained. He again offended Narad Muni. So that's how, offenses, they go for lifetimes and haunt a devotee. That's how we have to be really careful. Why waste our time offending devotees? It is of no use. Better be humble. A meek and humble devotee can never offend anyone. When we say sorry to some devotee, even though we know that he is wrong or she is wrong, that doesn't mean we are wrong. When we say sorry, that does not mean we are wrong. That means we value that relationship more than being right. So that is how we have to understand. Better to become humble, say sorry. But sometimes the sorry word doesn't come out. Why should I say sorry? Uski galti hai. That devotee did wrong thing. Why I should say sorry? So that is how, humility is very important. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. There are few questions in the chat. I think.
The first question is
Answer.
intensity of prayers we have discussed.
Okay.
Second, when Lord Narasimha became angry, he was really angry. So yeah, he was really angry, not making a show. When Lord acts, he acts wonderfully. That's why Kunti Maharani says, Nato natya dharo yatha, you are a wonderful actor. When Lord acts, he enters that mood. It's not that Lord is making a show of becoming angry, he's really angry. Because when devotee is offended, Lord becomes angry. He was really angry. There is a story, true story. There was one time a group of people, they were doing all the drama performances. And there was one devotee. He was playing a role. And they were performing a drama of Ram being cursed, cursed, and Ram being told to go to forest, Vanvas, for 14 years. Dashrath Maharaj. This devotee was playing the role of Dashrath Maharaj. And he was in such intense separation from Lord Ram, he actually died. That is the absorption. So when Lord, he performs some role, he does it completely wonderfully. Nobody can even question, is he making a show or is he's angry? He's really angry. Especially when his devotee is offended. Lord is really angry. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Only one comment, Prabhuji. Could you please teach on this? How to learn to recite Srimad Bhagavatam?
How to learn to recite. I think okay, there were a few questions of how to please Narsimha Rupa. For a enemy, lion is very dangerous. For a cub, lion is not dangerous. For devotees, Narsimha Dev is the most compassionate form of the Lord. So we should never be fearful of Narsimha Dev. We should pray to Lord Narsimha Dev to give all powers, all strength to practice bhakti, remove all the obstacles in the path of bhakti. And prayers of Prahlad are wonderful examples of what we should pray to Narsimha Dev. So regarding this prayers, how to learn to recite, it is a practice. And to recite Bhagavatam, it does not mean we have to memorize. If we can, it is wonderful. If we can't, still it is wonderful. Krishna sees the bhava of a devotee. Krishna sees the mood and intention. Reciting Srimad Bhagavatam is not just the verbal service. It is applying the principles of Bhagavatam in our lives. Even if we can't study, we can't read or recite properly, no problem. अष्टादश अध्याय पढ़े आनंद आवेशे अशुद्ध पढ़े न लोक करे उपहासे के हासे के निंदे ताहा नहीं माने आविष्ट भैया गीता पढ़े आनंदित मने. Mahaprabhu was in South India. He saw this Brahman in Sri Rangam who would read all the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita every day. Ashuddha padhen lok, he didn't know how to recite also. And people were laughing at him. Loka kare upahase. But important quality of this Brahman was keha hase, keha ninde, taha nahi mane. He would not be affected by all these people. Avishta bhaiya Gita padhe. He was absorbed in reading Bhagavad Gita. When Mahaprabhu saw this, he was amazed to see this. Mahaprabhu puchila tare shun mahashay, kono artha jani tomare tashuk hoye. Oh Brahmana, you are not able to read anything, but I can see you are so very ecstatic. What meaning you are getting in this? Then Brahman says, you know, when I see the cover page of Bhagavad Gita, I see Krishna holding the reins of Arjuna's chariot. That gives me great joy. I see Krishna speaking instructions to Arjun. That gives me ecstasy. Arjunere kohite chena hitu upadesh. That's why I can't leave studying Bhagavad Gita. You know what Prabhu says? Prabhu kahe Gita pathe tomara hi adhikar. Tumi ta jani hase Gita arthasar. Prabhu kahe, you are only qualified to read Bhagavad Gita. You know the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So reading Bhagavad Gita, reading Bhagavatam means applying Bhagavatam in our lives. That is reciting Bhagavatam. So that's what we
Hare
can
Krishna.
understand. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I would like to read the comment by Lalita Mataji and Dinabandhu Prabhuji. Dear Gaurvilas Prabhuji, please accept our humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. What a most glorious presentation of the depth of bhakti as embodied by Prahlad Maharaj. And by your implicit faith, we were able to capture a glimpse of the unlimited mercy of Nrsingadeva and how he benedicts us in every single endeavor, even how to try to serve, to cry, and to pray to him and to our glorious spiritual masters. We are certainly indebted to you, your grateful servants. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Please bless me so that I can follow also. I am speaking, but by your mercy and prayers and blessings, one day I'll be following also. Thank you. Whatever I am saying is just repeating the words of our acharyas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Stop here.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you
Prabhuji,
so
will
much
pay
for the
obeisances to
wonderful
Prabhuji.
class and very beautiful question answers. And thank you so much for your time and association. Hare Krishna.
Vanchakalpa
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय जय
Jai.
भागवतम की जय
Jai.
His grace now
राधे
is
राधे।